What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Alright, this story's called IDontWorkHereLady. I don't know what that means. It's called I Don't Work Here Lady. Some background. I'm not gonna list names or exact locations, as with them, it wouldn't be hard to figure out my real name or this lady's name based on police reports. I'm a 6th degree black belt and a proud master in Taekwondo. After I'm done teaching class, I often walk around in my classic white dobok with black trim and black belt with my name and stripes embroidered on it. Martial arts uniform. Before heading home to change. After class one day, I went to a local Target. The uniform there is nothing like my outfit. Here's the cast. There's me, friendly older customer. An older lady, about 65 to 70 years old, about 5 feet. Younger friendly customer, young lady about 20 to 30 years old, about 4'6". Annoying customer, middle-aged lady, Karen, about 30 to 40 years old, about 4'10". Oh, and the younger friendly customer's 4'6". Yo! Why is everyone so short? Manager. Young man about 30 to 40 years old, about 5'10". There we go, here's some height. Security guard. Young man about 20 to 30 years old, about 5'11". Wow, now I feel less grossed out. I'm kidding, short girls are hot. I walk in and after using the restroom, proceed to shop around. Friendly customer 1 walks up to me and asks me if I could pull down a box of pots from the top shelf. For half a second, I considered saying no, but I decided to help this lady for 3 reasons. 1, I'm dressed in my dobok, and most people tend to not talk to me while I'm wearing it. 2, she's an older lady, noticeably in pain. 3, she reminded me of my mom, just a little older. Well, I don't work here, ma'am, but I don't mind. I point to the box in question, verify she just needed 1, and put it in her card. She thanks me and walks off. I thought that was the end of it. Nope. Friendly customer 2 and annoying customer walk up after friendly customer 1 left. Friendly customer 2 was doing the potty dance and asks where the bathroom is. Well, I don't work here, ma'am, but I know there's a bathroom at the front of the store by the entrance. I used the men's room when I came in. I pointed to the bathroom in question. I don't know if there's another bathroom in the store, but I'm sure if you ask someone who works here, they should know. Friendly customer 2 walks off to the front of the store. I thought that was the end of it. Nope. An actual employee walks by and I start loading up some plates in my cart. As I'm finished putting some plates in my cart, I hear the annoying customer. Ahem! I ignore her and pull out my phone to see what's next on my shopping list. I figured the employee passed by about 30 seconds ago, so I figured she was talking to him. Excuse me? At this point, I realized the actual employee had left, and annoying customer was looking at me. Where can I find an outdoor seat with heating, shade, and a drink holder? I'm sorry, I don't work here, ma'am. Maybe back in their outdoor area? At the very least, a store employee should be more helpful. You're lying! I know you work here! I demand you help me! I'm wearing a Taekwondo uniform, or dobok. I clearly don't work here. That's the store uniform! I demand you help me, or I will talk to your supervisor and get you fired! My supervisor is my master, but you'd have to wait till tomorrow to talk to him. I guarantee he won't fire me simply because you demanded it. I'm not waiting till tomorrow! I'll find a different supervisor and demand they fire you! I don't work here. At this point, I had what I needed from the aisle, so I left. After a few minutes, I picked up some groceries and was looking at some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Annoying customer walked up and without saying a word, took a picture of my belt with my name on it. Before I could say anything, she had left. I made my way to the registers to check out and wait in line. While waiting in line, I started looking at the back of a few DVDs I was gonna buy. Not more than a few minutes pass, and I hear annoying customer in the distance. There's the man who was extremely rude. I demand you fire him. I glance and there's annoying customer, manager, and security guard. Annoying customer is pointing at me. Manager is looking around, no doubt for an actual employee, and security guard is just looking at manager. I'm sure he thought he was cute. His name is written in Chinese, but my phone can translate Chinese. She pulls out her phone and without missing a beat, says, Taekwondo! One half of my belt has my name. The other half says Taekwondo in Korean. Once again, I don't work here.
Lies! He does work here. Look at his uniform.
Ma'am, he doesn't work here, and that is not our uniform. Maybe we should switch to that uniform. Normal people might stop annoying our employees.
Are you gonna fire him?
Ma'am, he doesn't work here. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave him alone. He's a customer, just like you.
He's nothing like me. That belt is fake. I'll prove it.
Annoying customer then punched me. Right, straight punch. Without flinching, I grabbed her hand mid-punch and locked her hand. If you want to attack a black belt, don't telegraph your moves. The manager then signaled the security guard, and he handcuffed on her arm, and she didn't punch. I'm assuming she did punch with her left hand. I took a step forward and raised her hand up, sending her down, almost hitting my cart, and gave her hand to the security guard, who cuffed her other hand and then let go. By this point, she realized what had happened. She was then hauled off by the two while I bought my items. The police arrived and took her away. I declined to press charges, as Target did press charges, and left them with my contact information in case she returned. For my trouble, the manager thanked me for helping the two ladies. I was offered a job, but declined it. Then given a $100 gift card for Target. I gave it to one of my students' parents, as they needed it more than I did at the time. I like how this dude, some old lady asked him for help, and he's decked out in, a Taekwondo uniform, and she asked him for help to reach something. He's like, I don't work here, but I'll do it. Like, man, I don't think she thought you did. And then the younger girl, he's like, I don't work here, but the restroom's over there. It's just funny to me. And again, the Karen assumed that he did work there because, I don't know, we can't use Karen as a control group. That woman was crazy. All right, this story is called, You Can't Quit! I Want You Fired! Obligatory first post on mobile, sleep-deprived college student, but I'll try my best. The morning after a good rowdy kickback in our apartment, my roommate and I go to the Orange hardware store after noticing some holes in the walls. Whoa, back-to-back Home Depot. But you don't know that yet because the next Home Depot story's after this, but I read that one first. Ha! Roommate goes to find plaster and I go to paint. I get to the paint department and I'm looking through the paint swatches to remember what our walls look like. Keep in mind, still very hungover. I pick out a color that is probably the closest, and if not, I'll just mix my own paint. Art minor. There's no employee at the paint mixing station, so I just put the swatch in my hoodie. To pass the time, I sort the paint swatches properly because mild OCD. Then it comes. Ahem! Here's the cast, not real names. Employee George. Manager Jason. Me, hopefully self-explanatory. Rude-ass bimbo Karen.
I need you to do your damn job and mix me some paint.
I stare blankly as the hangover is blocking my ability to respond.
Hello? I'm talking to you. Mix my freaking paint.
Fortunately, my brain finally decides to turn on again. I don't work here.
Don't you freaking lie to me. I saw you sorting the color wall poorly. Only a lazy employee would do that sort of crap.
Ma'am, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really hungover and your screeching is making me want to puke. That statement went as well as you would expect.
You're a freaking terrible worker and terrible person for saying that. I'm gonna get your manager and have you fired.
She storms off stage left. Once the banshee left, I hear chuckling from down the aisle behind me. Lo and behold, my roommate listened to most of it and is laughing his ass off. He asked if I got the paint, and I explained the first part of the confrontation. We decided to wait for the manager because maybe he'll mix our paint before we get kicked out. We wait a few more minutes, and George walks up, oblivious to what just transpired, and starts mixing our paint. Enter stage left. Karen with a very annoyed manager on her heels.
That's the one who called me an orangutan whore, and he needs to be fired right now.
She's pointing at me. George, I'm frankly surprised you'd say such a nasty thing. What now?
Not him. The scrawny one in a hoodie. He even told me he's drunk.
Jason looks at me and looks confused. Ma'am, he doesn't work here, but I can ask him to leave for insulting you.
No, he definitely works here. I saw him working.
Okay, then I quit.
You can't quit. I want you fired.
By now, our paint is done mixing, and I asked George if he'd like to escort us to the front. I've never seen a morning shift employee brighten up so fast. Karen is belligerent, and the manager tries to calm her down with coupons. My roommate, George, and I leave paint as fast as possible and can still hear the screeching from the cashier stand. We pay, and George walks us to the car. I explained what really happened, and he laughs and says he'll tell Jason the situation. Initially, my roommate and I were gonna go straight home, but we had to see the outcome of this, so George agreed he'd come back out once the orangutan whore was gone. The police ended up having to be called just to escort her out, but she was not arrested. Jason and George came out to the car, and as George had already explained what had happened, Jason profusely apologized. We laughed it off, and I said something along the lines of, it was worth getting out of bed for despite the hangover. Jason gave us free membership perks, and the next time we came in, we were so kindly informed that Karen had come back later that day and vandalized some of the yard equipment always on display, and she was arrested. Serves the orangutan whore right. Edit 1. I guess I should clarify that Karen was also a redhead to add on to the stereotypical craziness. I thought they were usually blonde. But, hey, it makes me think of this really pretty redhead I saw at Walmart earlier today. I was looking at some masks, and she was an associate, and she was like, oh, I think this one looked really good on you. And it was a pink bedazzled mask, and I was like, well, I can't say it. Baby, I could say the same about anything on you. I didn't actually say that. I was just like, haha, hell yeah. Thank you very much. But I could have. But I was on a time crunch, and that's what I'm going with. This story's called Chad.
Are you slow or something?
Yes, actually, I am. I hope this follows all the rules of this subreddit. Quick preface. I was in a very serious car accident a little over a year ago. This left me with some brain damage, nerve damage, etc. Throughout many days, I have episodes where I get disoriented, forget where I am, what I'm doing, what's going on around me. I used to do heavy manual labor, but am now working at a well-known department store with aprons of a certain citrus variety. Home Depot. A couple of days ago, I was shopping at our store with a friend in a black and orange hooded flannel. I love flannels and have this exact one in multiple colors, but this one was the only clean one at the time. Yo, back before I was into Hawaiians, flannels were my thing. I'm approached by a middle-aged man carrying a small metal piece related to light bulbs. Well, at this certain point of our trip, I was starting to have an episode. My body got really hot, I zoned out quite a bit, and just overall not there 100%. He asked me where I can find a replacement for his piece, and I point toward the hardware department even though I was off duty, not in uniform and clearly shopping myself. Where I pointed seemed to confuse him, and he muttered something under his breath while giving me a really puzzled look, but goes anyway. We go to the water fountains near the bathrooms in the back so I can get some fluids in my system and chill out a bit. When we continue shopping a few minutes later, who passes us? None other than Puzzled Look Man complaining about stupid employees and blah blah blah! Oh no, it's about to go down. At first, he stops a few feet away from me, looking around, clearly searching for the stupid guy who sent him over to the hardware department, until he realizes I'm standing right by him. He locks eyes with me, and the conversation goes as follows.
Are you the one who sent me all around the store looking like an idiot?
Oh my god, sorry. I was confused by what you showed me.
It's,
blank. I forget the exact name of the piece.
Why the hell would you send me to the hardware aisle? Are you intellectually disabled or something? Is this one of those programs?
While customers are starting to notice the commotion. I'm sorry, man. I'm not even working right now. I'm just trying to enjoy my day off. I didn't mean to send you to the wrong place. At this point, another employee walks up and tries to defuse the situation, seeing me, their subpar mental capacity coworker, and a fuming customer in a situation. What seems to be the problem?
Thank God. Are you intellectually disabled too? Or do you think you can show me where I can find this?
He gestures to the small piece in his hand. Sir, I understand you can't know this, but I am a bit slow at times. I have fairly severe brain damage, and also, I said before, it is my day off. I gesture at my coworker's apron. When I say this, the guy turned white as a ghost. I crap you not. White as a ghost. Mouth agape. It was glorious. After this, everything dies down a bit, and I bask in the small win. I know this isn't as eventful as most stories, and will most likely get buried or taken down as I technically do work here, but nonetheless, this subreddit is the first first place I thought of as it all unfolded. One last note, sympathy is something I never seek. I'm very high functioning and work with someone who truly has rough conditions, so I don't take advantage of it. But I couldn't stand this man talking to anyone like this. I just imagined him saying it to someone more emotional than I, and it broke my heart. Quick edits. I know I suck at telling stories. This probably is a lot less of a heroic tale of overcoming a rude person and more a confusing jumble of quotes. Please refrain from pooping on me. Edit 3. This is my biggest post ever. I'm trying really hard to respond to everyone so as to not be rude. If I miss you, I'm really sorry. I'll get to it eventually when I can. Thank you all for the kind words and stories. This has been therapeutic. I'm glad it's been therapeutic, my car accident damaged friend. Good on you for handling it with poise, and make money, buy lots of toys. Boom. I'm a poet. You already know it. Time to freaking show it. Hope I don't blow it. All right, I'm done, but that was lots of fun. Ha! All right, this story's called I Don't Work in This Store. So I work for a retail giant where we wear blue vests as our uniform. It's gotta be Target. Over the weekend, I was shopping in a different store than the one I work at, but the same company. Sam's Club and Walmart. Hell yeah, I wanted to stick with the Home Depot joke, but I couldn't, because I want to look smart. I was wearing a red hoodie and some jeans. This man stops me as I'm walking around killing time and asks if I work there. I tell him no, but I do work at a different location and joke that I must just have that face. I then ask what he needs, because why not? I'm just killing time until I need to be somewhere. The man proceeds to yell at me that he can never find someone when he needs them and blah blah blah. Like, do you want my help or not? I'm literally trying to help you out of kindness. I'm not getting paid for this. Don't yell at me. Gosh, I'm sorry. I would appreciate your help. In fact, you did help me by sharing this story, so thank you. Yo, but for real, I love Sam's Club so much. Oh my god. Their pizza, the samples, the savings. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love Sam's Club. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.